Hey everyone, welcome back for game 2 of MST versus Kaz in the semifinals. I'm still here, and I'm still with Fidaluri over here.
Hey, we're up for game 2.
Yep. And Paragon still has to deal with all of us as our tracker. So for game 2, we got a lot of custom areas.
Oh yeah.
What's criteria replaced by? I'm asking you so I don't have to say the name.
Let's see. I would say it's Eigenfos.
Eigenfos. Okay, I'm willing to say that, yeah. Norfair is replaced by Mechlor.
Yep. Let's see.
Wreck Ship is being replaced by Pyron Wastes.
Yeah, Ridley BSL Station, and Torian is Meridia.
And we're starting out with a Mechlor start here. So Norfair.
Yeah, this was my favorite start in practicing these just because they tend to have a lot of items really clumped together, so you'll get like 20 missiles and a couple of tanks really fast. And sometimes a wave beam.
Yeah, we're starting out with a beam. That's always good. It's definitely a beam. And the thing with Mechlor, it is an all 1x1 area, so all the rooms you'll see are just 1x1. Which makes it pretty quick and fast to go through.
Yeah, that's frequently heated. Even in a starting area, you'll probably have a few rooms that are heated here and there, but not as much, definitely, when we're starting.
Yep. It'll be pretty quick, since we have Wave Beam ready. Oh, and there's a semi-vault.
Yeah, we need Spazer for that.
Yep. And we got a heated area. But well, MST's picking up some energy tank. Oh, and Aegis Core. Okay.
Aegis Core, one of the better ones to have just at all points in the game.
Yep.
Might feel bad if you get like Crystal immediately and you can't equip it right away, but generally, if you have no other options, Aegis to get the triple the iframes on getting hit is nice.
So in order, you might even say that after you get hit, it takes ages to take damage.
Correct.
I'll go back to my corner.
Well, while you're there, be sure to not enable that Chrono Core because it's going to make everything slow, just like it does in planets.
Yep. And MST is passing that core dynamo, which makes that core cool down a little bit less.
Actually, could be, even though it's exceptionally niche, somewhat relevant if we find Crystal like in the next 5 minutes.
And MST's already finding BSL Station, which, yes, is a fusion area, which Kaz would be more than familiar with.
Yeah. Well, so Kaz found Sensor Core, but it was in a room with the Metroids in it, and got caught by the Metroids. Sometimes you can get that room by, if you have like high jump, you can jump on top. And yeah, that's what Kaz is going to do. Get the Sensor Core and then just reset. Sensor Core is incredibly valuable, especially if you're in a custom area. Like, we haven't seen Eigenfos on a stream yet. So if you haven't practiced it, let me tell you, there's going to be a few rooms you're going to be happy that you have it.
Very true. With MST first into BSL Station, not finding anything immediately. Going into a combat room over here. But Kaz is going to get a map scan.
Yeah, we went. So BSL stations, like, generally, when you have a Norfair start, if you can make the push into really early and get away with it, it's always really nice. But BSL station has a lot of bomb checks.
Yeah.
So let's see how far we can get. We haven't even found Morph Balls, so I wouldn't be surprised if this was just a major hunt.
We could find another elevator somewhere here, so...
Yeah, there's at least 3.
Yep. And considering how Mechlor is all, like, condensed together, shouldn't be too far.
Yeah, it's another reason I kind of like Mechlor as a change of pace world, in that, sometimes the painful part about different planet seeds is the backtracking that you have to do. And if you end up having to go from like Prey to Brinstar to Norfair, back to Ridley, back to Norfair, back to Brinstar, having just that one hub area of 3 elevators that's all pretty close together makes the backtrack feel not as bad.
Very true, very true. Well, right now, MST is going to be probably pushing very hard, considering he lost that first game and wants to make sure Kaz does not get ahead.
Kaz at 50 minutes, or 50 missiles under 5 minutes.
Yep.
Don't see that terribly often.
Yeah, exactly. But Kaz still has not found that elevator to be a cell station or anything else.
Yeah, and on a quad path start from the elevator. Oh, okay, we get our first major in Ridley, space jump. That's nice.
Yep.
That'll help our movement quite a bit. And also get us through this room.
Yeah, almost immediately. And here's Ridley's door. Man, talk about leaving items under the doormat.
Yeah, that's right. Because Crane left Morph Ball under the doormat.
Yep. And Ridley did the same here, so... This Ridley's not going to be an issue.
A little bit of a tough decision, though, for MST to make. What do you think? Because, like, Ridley's immediately neighboring zone from the start.
Yeah.
Do you bail right away, or do you try to find a second or third major?
I would keep going, just so I don't have to come back to Ridley. And it seems like that's the move MST is making it too.
Oh, MST's sticking around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Skyhawk says leaving is good.
Well, this is one of the areas that has a couple of bomb checks.
Yeah, it does. So the question is, so far we haven't seen anything bombs needed yet.
Yeah, like that would almost be my cue to, like, coming in as a game plan on a Norfair start. I don't know if I would push Ridley as my first zone. And hey, here's our two other elevators. Criteria, Brinstar. What are you feeling?
I'm gonna say that's a Brinstar elevator right there.
Oh, we may get our first look at Eigenfos.
Yep, and space does let you clear Eigenfos, yeah.
Yeah, there are definitely space checks there.
Alright, let's see what this is. It is Brinstar!
Wow, this is Bryn. Now, regardless of whether or not the plan is to push this zone, any big whatever entrance rooms have possible majors in the top left or right. So you gotta check that first.
And MST just found Long Beam, yeah. Bolts from here, now that you found 2 majors, I'd say.
Yeah, second major, feel much better about leaving and hoping that if something is behind bombs, your opponent's probably not getting that either.
Meanwhile, Kaz picking up Phase Encore, which we didn't get to see last time, and Morph Ball!
And there's the Morph Ball. Let's see what the play is now from Kaz. Are we sticking around?
Well, now...
Scan first.
Yep. Which is good, get that info in while you can. Oh, that info gets you nothing there.
Oh, I don't have my Inven subscription for Inven Scan.
Aw. Meanwhile, MST is going to be picking up this ball right here, too. Along with the Phase Encore.
Alright, so Kaz is going to check Brinstar here. Now, Eigenfos is the first time we've seen this on stream. The main theme for this custom area is obscured vision.
Yeah. Well, you mean Eigenfos' criteria. Yeah.
Criteria, yeah. Oh, okay. Well, no, we're gonna bail and head to Ridley. Oh wait, there's another. Is that the Torian elevator, or is that what a Ridley elevator was?
No, I think that might be Torian. Or as we know it here, it's going to be Meridia. Let's see.
Oh no, I think this is the Ridley elevator. All right, so
Oh,
Kaz's plan
this is
going
USL.
in
Yep,
is to
it is
push
Ridley.
Ridley first. Yeah.
That's fair.
All right. Well, this will give MST a little bit of a lead here.
Yep. Now MST's gonna find that Eigenfoss elevator right over here. Yep. And with that jump, gonna help a little bit.
The only thing Kaz is not sometimes. If you've done like a lot of exploring and you go into a new area, even for no other reason to just refill your ammo, taking a restart upon entering a new zone is nice, because while Kaz has a capacity of 80 missiles, is only sitting at 5.
That's true. That is very true. We're gonna pick up that long beam right here.
Yeah, might just straight reset from this room.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
And we have this heated area over here for MST to deal with.
Yeah, this could be a problem for MST because Kaz is very thorough in Norfair and has 4 E-tanks. Is going to be able to accomplish a lot more in heated spaces than MST is.
Yeah, and unfortunately right here, MST is going to take a death.
Have you seen in the coming updates I think this was like 2 or 3 months ago, the new death animation?
Yeah, I have.
Really good.
It looks great. I mean, yeah. For those who don't know, this game is still being updated by the creator of Vacant Shade, and sooner than later we're expecting a brand new update. There's been previews posted in the Discord, and they all look so good, especially all the new tiles that people are going to get a chance to play with.
That's going to be wild. Like, you see what the room authors can create with what they have now.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I believe it said, essentially it's doubling the tile count.
I mean, Gordor wants his tiles, but he just wants to make more best things. That's really what's going to happen.
Yeah, but Gordor's already out of the tournament, so I mean, there's no prize for him anymore.
His prize is with me.
Well, MST's making some headway through this.
Yeah, it's going through Eigenfoss.
Yep.
And you can see how there's like so many spots where you can't necessarily see where you're going, and it obscures where.
And it's a very
the
vertical area.
are.
Yeah. So that space jump is going to come in very handy.
And it uses the lighting to kind of guide you where you are. There are some spaces where there's a green light and a red light, and if you go into the red light, you're going to take some hazard damage. It's pretty cool.
Meanwhile, Kaz is playing catch up, or Kaz up. But going to pick up that space jump here, and we'll be seeing Ridley in a few seconds.
Yeah, if Kaz can make headway through, I mean, it's a risk, but if Kaz can make headway through Brinstar, that would definitely change the dynamic of the race a little bit. And, MST's favorite area.
Pyron Wastes.
It's the wreck ship.
Unfortunately for Paragon, there's no poop here, because this is a custom area.
Should have made one. We should have just thrown one in for each of the custom areas. And don't touch the Pyron poop.
Just called Sweet Desert. Or
now
just
this area
deserts.
is going to be a little tough for MST because it tends to be heated almost all the way through.
And with no Varia or Diet Varia, aka Crystal Core, gonna have a little bit of a rough time going through here.
Now you still want to check it out because the generator loves to throw majors quite often in like the first or second room after an elevator.
Yeah. Or that pyramid room that tends to show up.
Alright, Kaz is trying to now push into Bryn. Let's see
Yep.
if 4 E-Tanks gets us through this pinkish room.
It's very possible that a hazard run could be mandatory.
They are allowed, so
They are
it
allowed.
can be in
Yep.
logic. Oh, Surge Core, you don't want that.
Oh, Surge Core. Everyone loves Surge Core.
I mean, it's fine, but it's not. I don't think it's better than Aegis and worth 8-minute fanfare or 8-second fanfare. Feels like 8 minutes in a race.
Right, exactly. Well, yeah, Kaz is going to have a little bit of an easier time getting through here with all these E-Tanks.
MST trying to clear this the triple switch area.
Yeah.
I mean, gets the 2 down, has to get the 1, I think, on the bottom middle now.
Well, yeah, Kaz went through the hazard area and makes it through just fine. So there could be something back here.
We do have a spring block, though, going upwards. So that's something to keep in mind. And hey, we can go attack a plant.
Yup. Sometimes you have to do it for the vine.
Wow, when was the last time Vine was a thing?
I'm really dating myself here, but hey, we're playing a game based on NES Metroid, so how much dated can we get?
Oh, that's true.
And Skyhawk says that this Spospo is hiding an item.
Yeah, this, I believe it's the right side that opens up, but this one is kind of a pain in the butt because you'll see it'll stop where there's literally no way for you to damage it unless you, like, jump into it. After having doing that hazard run, we're only sitting at about 129 health, so...
Yeah, yeah. But come on, everyone loves a boss that's well-rounded.
I mean, the area is well-rounded, too, for that matter.
Yeah. Sorry, Paragon, I know. Sometimes these puns go around in circles a little bit.
Alright, that was pretty good. Oh, it's the left side that opens up. I lied.
Oh, and it's a spring ball.
Okay, we can access the top part of Bryn now.
Yeah. So it's very possible that this could be our progression point. Because so far, MST is not finding much.
Oh, has not found a single major yet.
No. Which is not what you want to see when you're sitting in Pyre and Wastes.
Yeah, it's why I think you see a lot of runners before the tournament tended to try to avoid wreck ship unless absolutely necessary. Because if you make that time investment and you don't get something that's required, it's really hard to make that back.
It is a commitment. Oh wait, no, MST's not in Pyre Waste. MST's in back here in Criteria.
Alright, well, this has at least...
yeah.
This is his room. Is this a double elevator room?
I know there's at least one elevator here. Yep, so here's the one. And this goes to Creed.
It is a double elevator room. Alright, so we know where Torian is now.
Yeah. Very valuable information for Kaz.
If he knows the room. Oh. So I heard you liked Ruin Slab Complex. Perhaps I can interest you in Ruin Slab Complex 2. The return of Slab's Complex.
The return! I could just imagine Kaz stumbling in there, just shaking his head. Why? Oh, and there is high jump.
Not exactly what you're hoping to find when you're making this play, but it especially with space jump already, doesn't really do that much for us. There can still be a check for it, but... And hey, the sequel now comes with free side hoppers.
Back now, and we'll give you longer doors. Yeah, so Kaz is definitely gonna stick around and hunt out Kraid over here.
Yeah, it's almost kind of funny to say at the 19-minute mark, Kaz might stop picking up missiles.
Yeah.
Already got 95.
95. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, can get that one, but you don't want to spend the time.
It's
on
time.
It.
At this point, knowing now where Torian is located, or at least as long as Kaz knows that's a double elevator room, that shouldn't need too much, like, probably bombs.
At the very least, can make the push and see what
Yeah.
happens. And that's one thing I've seen MST say is let the game tell you that you're not in go.
Exactly, yeah.
So, yeah, I would if Kaz knows that room is probably going to, like, even if you get just one major, you could just try, and if you can't do it, then you come right back to Kraid. The elevator's literally in the same room.
Yep.
And that's one point. That's one point that MST might have been able to find in Eigenfoss here, is hopefully find the Torian elevator, but now it's not even going to find that. And that's a spacer lock, though.
That is. So Spazer maybe needed?
Now Spazer's also left behind under the doormat. Okay, it's just missing.
Yeah, nope. Can't get that lucky. Oop. Back to this lovely room. Do you think after a while, seeing this room over and over again in its incarnations will give these players a complex?
I mean, I already have like 4.
That's fair. Oh, and there's our door to Kraid.
Alright, so Kraid is not Spazer blocked. Very
No.
important for Kaz here. We might be taking a reset here.
Yeah.
There's something poetic about taking a death into a room that was created by your opponent.
Don't you lava it?
Oh, I can't follow that up.
I know. It's okay, you can just tell me I'm fired.
I wouldn't.
Not as fired as Kaz was.
But now knows where it is. Now knows to be a little more careful. Still has a pretty significant lead because MST just only came away with that with long jump. That whole escapade down in Pyron Waste and Eigenfoss.
MST's definitely gonna have to play catch up. Because right now, Kaz is bringing the mustard.
Well, he's definitely not relishing the situation he's in.
No,
How's
definitely.
But we're looking for Kraid here, and he's in a box
Yep.
with a side hopper friend that is going to block the wave shots. That's mildly annoying.
No. Not what you want to see.
There you go. Release them. No, you don't go. Don't follow them. Okay. We're good.
Just with Kraid now being melted, Kaz can finally continue.
Those are my favorite Kraid rooms where you dunk them into lava. I love that. Never gets old.
You lava it? Okay.
I really do. And it looks like Kaz knows is proceeding through this room.
Yup. Because of 3 bosses down now, can head straight to Torian.
E-Tank's probably the most welcome thing to find right now without having Varia.
Yeah. And Meridia, does it have really any Spazer checks?
There's like 800 Meridia rooms in the Meridia flag set.
Yeah.
And S-Grunt contributed a lot of them. I know S-Grunt will put checks for just about everything in there. There's ice. That's
True.
probably one of the lesser things we'd like to find here, but
It's useful. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah. Don't want to pass it up. You know, MST's currently spinning
Running around
his
in
wheels.
circles. Yeah.
Yep. Good old Spore Spawn.
I have such trauma from attempting suitless Meridia shenanigans in SMC3 that anytime I see Meridia anything, I'm just like, oh, no. Please don't let there be a sandpit room.
Oh god, yeah. I don't blame you. Great. So far, we'll see how far Kaz's will be able to get to. If he can get to the brain door. Oh, but there's a heated room. Now here's the thing. With as much E-tanks Kaz has, it should not be a problem.
Probably not, unless the Metroid room is also heated. Escape cannot be. But
Yes.
The Metroid room. The Mother Brain room can be, but there's the Mother Brain door. Are we heated?
No.
We are not. Alright, Kaz in the driver's seat. We could see a sub 30.
Yeah. Which would be crazy for Game 2. It'd be the fastest,
This Kaz
game
is going... Oh, wait a minute. This is a bomb block.
Oh!
You are expected to bomb Mother Brain from below. That changes everything.
Yeah, it does.
So we went from sub 30 to could be looking at over an hour as we take a bath.
Kaz takes a dunk in the lava. I mean, honestly, after that, finding that information out, I would just dunk my head in lava too.
You're hoping for a second major Torian, and I don't blame Kaz for, you might as well check this out just in case. But those bombs can anywhere, and that'll help MST. But like the major problem is that if it's back in Eigenfossen or
in Pyron Wastes.
Pyron Waste, like MST is gonna have to now double back.
Yeah,
that's not gonna feel great.
No. Kaz doesn't have Varia's suit either, so going to be taking a hit in Pyron Waste, but still going to have a little bit of an easier time.
Well, I'm going to pose the nightmare scenario.
Okay.
Spazer is in Pyron Waste. Bombs is behind that Spazer check in Kraid.
Kraid, yeah. Yo. Listen. You're gonna take the blame for it with Commentator's Curse.
I mean, that's when I'm running a seed. That's always in the back of my mind. Is what is the nightmare scenario?
Yeah,
it's gonna be maximum punish.
So I think the question is at this point, what does MST want to see? I imagine, well, bombs. Like MST wants to find those bombs ASAP, and that will put MST in the lead, or Spacer.
Yeah, now MST won't know for a while, and I would expect MST will also make the Torian push after getting Kraid here done. So Kaz will have a few minutes of a head start, but yeah, bombs is gonna be the clutch item here, unless MST is just making a rando brain play here, and so far as to say,
very possible. Can we see? Nope, just missing.
Okay, it's not. If bombs were there and it was a Spacer check, that would also be something.
Skyhawk is calling that it's in Big Puzzle Hub in Pyron.
That could be.
That I could see that, yeah.
But yeah, like I was saying, sometimes you have to rando brain something that's going to look on the outside like it might be a bad play, but like if you're MST and you did all that checks in the criteria in the right ship zone and you didn't come away with anything, you're thinking, if my opponent just did a straight push, I've lost this by 10-15 minutes, so now I need to play like that's not the answer.
Yep. So we'll see if MST decides not to follow that second elevator.
It's a hard call to make, right?
It is.
If beating the game is right in front of you, it's hard not to do it. But
yeah,
sometimes, like retracing the footsteps is the last thing you want to do.
Yeah, very true, very true. And I imagine MST would avoid that at all costs at this point, because...
Yeah.
What's the push?
Yeah, I mean, one of my friends in FE used to always says, I'd rather lose by 20 minutes making the wrong guess than lose by 2 minutes following my opponent's footsteps the whole way.
Yeah, and that's fair. That is completely fair. Alright, MST going through Ruined Slab Complex, the sequel. Well, we've got the Best Beam room here on Kaz's side. The one that you actually have to use Best Beam to go through. Oh. I've been tricked. I just called it Best Beam. I'm upset now.
Okay. Gets us all sometimes.
It does. Gordor? Asking, what is Best Beam? One of the members of the community, Gordor, likes to call Wave Beam Best Beam, has made a bunch of rooms called Best World, where it needs all Wave Beam to get through for checks. And Gordor and other people might insist that Wave Beam is Best Beam, and some of us disagree. They call us logical.
It is pretty darn good.
Yep. Alright, so... Did MST defeat Kraid?
What's that?
Did MST defeat Kraid?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Now, MST or Kaz pretty much bailed after the Kraid path here, so if Bombs happens to be in Kraid, all of a sudden MST takes a huge lead. And yes, beam stacking is available in planets, and as well as the option to turn any of them off if you like.
There's a lot of quality of life changes added into this whole NES kind of Metroid combo thing going on. Lots of things from later Metroid titles, which makes this very unique.
Like if I have Magnet, I like to turn, and I have full beam, I actually like to turn off ice because I feel like it makes it slower at taking out the enemies because it spends a time freezing them. Anyway, Kaz is heading into Eigenfoss here.
Yep, for the first time.
Turn on that sensor core. Amen.
Oh, that's right. That's gonna help a lot.
And already sees some shenanigans in this elevator room.
Oh, MST has found bombs.
It was in Kraid.
It was in Kraid.
Man, that could be the game right there.
And I don't think MST knows about Mother Brain yet.
No, and well, let's see if MST now makes the push.
I mean, at this point, with those bombs, yeah.
Is heading up. Sure
Yep.
seems to be that's the direction.
MST could possibly be in go mode because I don't think. I mean, it's very possible a Spacer check could show up in the escape.
It could. We've seen quite a bit of them.
Yeah. Yes, we have. So we'll see how this goes for MST. Now, the real interesting thing is if there's a Spacer check, and Kaz finds Spacer in Pyrran Wastes. That becomes really interesting.
Yeah, it would be.
Kaz doesn't know about Kraid. MST is gonna not want to go to Pyrran.
It would be incredibly brave of Kaz to bail on just getting Spacer Beam, no bomb requirement. But man, that would be some kind of play. Alright, so MST will still have to do some exploring here. Kaz found it pretty directly, so I imagine it's not going to take us long to find it.
Yeah.
There's the bottom right of this room, if I remember right.
I think so, yes. Yeah. Alright. MST's gonna kill these Zebutite shields and gonna go and bomb the brain. And we'll soon find out if the escape needs some Spacer.
Yeah, there's plenty of room on the map, so we could have a pretty long escape timer. The escape timer is the first clue as to how long escape's going to be.
No,
34
it's 34
seconds is not going to be long at all.
No, this game is pretty much MSTs. Wow.
Space or elevator, please.
Here it is.
All right, there
Get
we
your
go.
G's in chat for MST. Finish with a race time of 34 minutes and 15 seconds. And I think if in the interest of time, I don't think Kaz is going to continue. Probably take a look in here. Is Kaz going to find anything?
And we'll see if MST plays through the victory. Yeah, scrolls down, we'll get to see what's where.
Yep. And
Scroll down a little farther.
that is a forfeit from Kaz. It seems. Yep. All right, so now at 1 game each, with Kaz and MST tied, we're going to have Game 3 of the semifinals here.
And there is the option to either pick game 1 or game 2 settings, or go with chaos, which is basically like a combination of all of them.
Yeah.
So
I actually do not know.
If we did do chaos, so it's the same as game 2, except Norfair is either Mechlor or Chozo, and Ridley is either BSL or Presentiment.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Oh, I missed the scroll down on
yeah, me too.
That's fine.
Well, hang in there, everyone. We'll be back with Game 3 in just a second. We'll be coming back at you, and Paragon is still going to have to deal with more puns. So yeah, stay tuned.
Alright, and yeah, it looks like we've chosen game 2 settings, so we're going to get the same worlds that we had in the game just now. So we'll catch y'all then.